you, Dr. Kitty Mukherjee, for your kind words. Respected Chairperson, Dr. Navneeta Rath, and my co-panelists, and dignitaries present in the auditorium, my colleagues, friends, and dear students. My presentation being my basic discipline being philosophy, so my whole approach to this topic is also going to be a little philosophical. And being the last speaker, I am at a little disadvantage because most of the speakers have covered many points which need to be discussed when we are discussing such a topic. Yeah, so gender equity, access, and participation in the digital ecosystem. Gender equity, access, and participation in the digital ecosystem are critical issues that need to be addressed to ensure that the benefits of the digital age are inclusive and accessible to all, regardless of gender. I would like to start by defining the word gender. Though we all understand what gender means, that is different sexes. But if we see according to Indian thought, all the religions have accepted gender equality and equity, though now it is diminishing. Gender is a significant aspect in Indian thought and continues for centuries. India has a rich and diverse history, starting from the Vedic times, and the perspectives to gender have evolved over time, influenced by various religions, philosophical and cultural traditions. Hinduism has a complex relationship with gender. The concept of Ardhanarishwar, which represents the unity of masculine and feminine energies in the deity Shiva, highlights the idea of gender complementarity. However, traditional Hindu society has been characterized by a patriarchal structure, and there have been enduring challenges related to gender equality. Buddhism generally touches the equality of all beings, regardless of gender. Buddha accepted female disciples and promoted gender equality within the monastic community. However, over time, Buddhist institutions in some regions adopted more conservative views about gender roles. Jainism, which is another ancient Indian school, emphasizes non-violence and asceticism. In Jain tradition, both men and women have equal potential for spiritual attainment. However, the practice of asceticism in Jainism has led to the segregation of the genders in certain contexts. Sikhism also has a strong message of equality and social justice. Sikh teachings emphasizes that all individuals, regardless of gender, are equal in the eyes of God. Sikh women have played active roles in religious and social leadership. Gender in Indian thought is also a complex and multifaceted issue. Modern India is grappling with these complexities as it seeks to address historical inequalities and promote greater gender equality, social justice, including gender-based violence, gender discrimination, and women's rights. LGBTQ rights and their acceptance are also emerging in Indian society. Whereas the legal platforms have recognized the rights of LGBTQ individuals, societal attitudes and traditional beliefs still pose challenges. The gender equity, access, and participation raises the following questions. First, how this equity or equality of gender can be achieved? Secondly, what is actually happening in media? Thirdly, is media biased? Is there equal participation of genders in media? For to this question, to some extent, Mrs. Tanya Patnaik has answered that what is actually happening in the media. Gender issues as well as gender participation in editorial boards and other platforms is not equal to what the men ratio is. She is mentioned, and even we know in the national media how many women are there who are on the highest position. Referring to the first question, the equity can be achieved by the following means. There is no equal access of technology to all genders, so one needs to ensure that women and men have equal access to digital services and the internet. And this is the fundamental step in achieving gender equity in the digital ecosystem. This includes addressing issues like the digital divide, which can disproportionately affect women in low-income or rural areas. A need to promote digital literacy among women and girls is essential. Many women may face barriers due to limited digital skills, so providing training and education programs can empower them to use digital roles effectively. Encouraging women's representation in the technical industry and digital decision-making roles are important. Women are often underrepresented in these fields, and efforts are being made to create a more diverse and inclusive team workforce. In some areas of the media industry, such as journalism and television, there has been an increase in the representation of women in both on-screen and off-screen roles. Women have made significant contributions. They are news anchors, reporters, editors, and in various creative roles in television and film. But in leadership roles, gender disparities are still prevalent in some segments of the industry, particularly in leadership and decision-making positions. While there are women who have broken barriers and achieved leadership roles, there is a need for more women in top level positions within media organizations, which is not still there. Efforts to promote gender diversity and inclusion continue with organizations and individuals advocating for greater representation and equal opportunities for women in the media sector. Gender-based online harassment is a significant issue. It's crucial to take steps to make online spaces safer for women and girls, such as implementing policies against cyberbullying and providing support to victims. We have heard of many cases in India where, because of cyberbullying, cybercrimes have happened. And our Indian girls have landed in Pakistan. There have been cases which you must have read on media. Promoting women's participation in the digital economy can have significant economic benefits. Encouraging women to enter fields related to technology, entrepreneurship, and e-commerce can help bridge the gender pay gap, which is also still there. There is a gender pay gap. For the same work, women and men in many organizations are paid differently. Supporting women in starting and running digital businesses can be a powerful way to promote gender equity in the digital ecosystem. This may involve providing access to financing, mentorship, and training. Governments can play a crucial role by enacting policies that promote gender equity in the digital ecosystem, including laws against discrimination in the workplace and promoting women's participation in all fields. Digital technologies can be used to improve healthcare and education, and ensuring that women have access to these services as they are important for their overall well-being and empowerment. Collecting and analyzing gender disaggregated data on digital access and participation is essential. This data can help policymakers and organizations tailor their efforts to address specific gender disparities. Collaboration with governments, civil societies, and private sector and international organizations is also crucial to address these issues effectively. Partnerships can help leverage sources and expertise to advance gender equity in the digital ecosystem. So this is effort to promote gender equity, access, and participation in the digital ecosystem are not only a matter of social justice, but also an economic imperative. When women are empowered and included in the digital economy, they should be paid equally. They should be made to give decisions in the economic field. Coming to the second question, what is actually happening in the media? The relationship between gender and media is complex and multifaceted. Media, including television, film, print, online, there things are happening. As even Tanya mentioned, things are happening that women are playing good roles, women are anchors, but then again, we do not find them on the seat of the CEO or of the director of an organization. That part is still lacking, and women do not find place there. Stereotyping. Now, media often perpetuates traditional gender stereotypes. I will not go through this because Tanya has already mentioned that stereotyping should be stopped. Always showing women to be only emotional and men to be assertive. Women cannot play the assertive role, so they should be kept in the background is not, I think, the need of the hour. The need of the hour is to take women ahead, and they should be equal as well as there should be equity or between men and women. Then, main thing is objectification and sexualization. Women are showed in the advertising field, in films, in TV, that they are only where they only talk or they create a body image. They are shown in a way that they are very important, become, the target of male gaze, which is also not correct. In this regard, I will not say that it's only women, even men are being targeted in some advertisement, which they are also, there is sexualization and they're also being shown, but men are less. And for women, only their looks, their beauty, and these things, they may be capable or not capable, but the advertisement shows them like that. I would like to show you an ad in this context. Kindly play the ad, please. Technical team, can you play the ad? Advertisement. Sound.
When he sprays Axe, interesting people follow him. Have a better weekend. The new Axe effect works for 72 hours.
Now, women sitting here and all of us, we will run after a man because he's spreading good fragrance. So the ads are shown in a way that he passes with a good fragrance and he wants to have a nice weekend. So women start running after him. Is this the way the women should be projected in the media? I'm seeing some men laughing, but it is to your advantage, but not to the advantage of the women.
On it.
So the news coverage, the news is also covering the way that I will again not expand, as Tanya has expanded that viewpoint, that the news coverage of women is very less put in a corner and more men issues are put into a limelight. They get the third page, they get the front page, women only get fourth, fifth page in a small column. So I will not go into this detail. Then the rise of social media has provided a platform for individuals to challenge gender norms and stereotypes, share their experiences and build communities of support and advocacy. This is just a survey of 2022, how the social media in that people log in and how the percentage has increased from 2015 to 2022. Third question, media coverage of different genders can very significantly and it often reflects gender societal attitudes, biases and expectations. In this also I'll quickly run through. Challenging the stereotypes already I have discussed, but I would like to draw your attention to the latest 2023 report. India has climbed 8 places in the annual gender gap report 2023 and it's ranked 127 out of 146 countries in terms of gender parity from 135 last year. But this improved statistics closing to 64.3 of the overall gender gap is hardly a situation to cheer about. Then objectification of women I've talked. Then language. That is also gendered. Instead of actor, we want to call her actress. Then if a man is emotional, we could tell him he's very female type. And if a woman is assertive, she is a male type. Now these things have to go. Media sometimes perpetuates, So the representation of LGBTQ individuals in media has improved in recent times. Challenges are there and still things have to go on further because LGBTQ rights are there, law is there, but they are not fully implemented and our attitudes towards them have not changed. So our attitudes have to change. Media representation should consider the intersectionality of different identities, including race, authenticity, societal orientation, and gender identity. Intersectional perspectives are essential for a more accurate portrayal of individual experiences. Okay, then some media outlets are giving placed to women. Some are not, some are hesitant. And even mental health of men is important, but men do, because of their macho image, do not want to look after to their mental health. They don't want go and consult a doctor for that. So that's a taboo. So media should be more sensitive. Media can reinforce and challenge irrational gender roles and expectations. As consumers of media, it is essential to critically evaluate the content we consume and advocate for more equitable and diverse representation of the media landscape. When gender equity refers to fairness, actually this has been reported, equality and equity. So, I want to conclude. On a positive note today, India's perspective on gender equity is diverse. While there are ongoing challenges, there have been significant improvements in women's rights, education, and participation in various sectors of society. Women in India have achieved prominent position in politics, business, and other fields. Laws have been enacted to address issues like domestic violence, sexual harassment, dowry-related issues. There is still much work to be done. Address issues like gender-based violence, unequal economic opportunities, and gender bias, particularly in the rural area. And at the end, I would like to just say that, if you, my young friend must have seen Rocky and Rani ki Prem Kahani. Now that movie, though it's a commercial movie, Bollywood movie, but it has a message. Towards the end, there's a scene where it is said, "Cheez wahi, soch nahi." Why should always women be used to make laddus? Why not men also be used to make laddus? And ad should be men making laddus and men making selling laddus. So that is the change required which this film introduces. Thank you so much. At the end, I would like to thank Professor Padi to have given me opportunity to be a part of this media conclave. I thank the organizers of this media conclave. But at the end, I would like to make a request to Professor Padi that this 8th media conclave will see equity in gender. There will be more women on the dais, in the inaugural, in the valedictory, and even in plenary sessions. And instead of having a separate women's session, there should be a mixed session where men and women are equally expressing their views. It's a request. Hope if I come for the 8th conclave, we all will witness that. And many women present here are feeling that way, have felt that way. Sir, request, kindly keep this in mind. Thank you.